Here we are in Krug's beautiful showroom, Neocon 2017, with Dave Uffelman.
Welcome to Krug 2017. We're going to go through the commercial side of our showroom at this stage. Here you see our Nouveau table, and this is the ultimate of our Nouveau table. Nouveau has been in the offering for about 4 years. It's one of the most successful products we've had. It's just a tremendous conference offering. It fits in to the lines of so many of our dealers. Not only is it a very broad offering, but the functionality is almost unmatched. As an example, power and communications in the center of the table. Here you see a console that's only 14 inches long. We offer a variety of console lengths. Notice how the console can be cut across the seam. In the early days of conference tables, or this generation of conference tables, the power and communications tended to be at just one or both ends of the table. It was someone standing at the head of the table doing a presentation. In today's world, people are coming to a meeting with their laptops, with their iPads, and the table becomes covered with equipment. We strongly recommend longer consoles, and people can then drop their transformers and the cabling into the center of the table, keep a clean appearance, and provide themselves with some workspace in addition to their laptop. I said this is the ultimate of the Nouveau. The Nouveau is available in veneer, it's available in glass, it's available in solid surface, but here you see it in marble. It's absolutely stunning. So many people have walked down the hall and you see them stop and come back to look at this table. Just a beautiful example of what we can accomplish with our craftsmanship. Here you see the media wall at the end of the table tying in very nicely. Underneath you'll see a polished chrome base, a metal base. Again, we could offer a laminate base, a veneered base. We can offer a U-leg, as you see here. We could offer a panel base, a square base, a cylindrical base. There's so many options in this table, so many options in shapes and sizes. For a minute, let's just look at the chair that we have accompanying this. This is our C5. It's a perfect conference chair. Here you see the contemporary upholstery, which is very clean, a clean upholstery. We have two other upholstery options. One is ribbed, an executive look. We have 4 different arm options. Here you see a polished chrome arm with an upholstered pad on top. We have different base options. We have different control options. We have 2 different heights. So lots of flexibility to configure the chair that's appropriate for the place it's going to be used. Now let's move to my favorite product, Zola Privacy. Krug introduced Zola 8 years ago. Zola has been on a steady upward curve of growth. For 8 years, it's been growing and growing and growing. 2 years after introduction, we introduced Zola Curve. So the original was a rectilinear Zola and very well received. Then we said, let's go further. We added curve components, inside curves and outside curves. 2 years ago, we went to Zola Privacy. That brought us 2 additional back heights. The original Zola was about a 32-inch back. In the new offering, or expanded offering, we went to 38 inches, a mid-back, and 50 inches as a high back. In fact, you can add a plexi panel above this for even a higher level of privacy. Have a look at the side. What I wanted to highlight here is we can also do a twin back. So when you're going back to back on pieces, rather than wasting all the fabric on the back of each piece and joining them together, we could have a common back. So provide that saving. This is obviously a beautiful piece, but the craftsmanship separates us from many of our competitors. Here, perhaps not quite so obvious, other than the beauty of the seams, and you can see how well the fabric is coming together. But where we really shine is doing this on a high back that's curved. Just think about it. The product is curving this way and curving in the other plane. And our upholsterers are able to bring those together and come up with beautiful matches. Very few can do that. Because our offering has expanded so much over the years. With the addition of this, it is now by far the broadest offering of modular product like this. So we have a competitor or competitors in, say, a conference type of setting. We have competitors in say, a banquet type of setting. But most of those have an offering that is very specific to that setting. Our line can do a vast array. Before we leave this, let me bring to your attention the power and communication. Here you can see it in the front of the seat. It could be in the end of the seat. It could be into the tables. That is something that's really cherished by our customers. Now I'm going to flip to another product. This is the Latitude. This is coming to market now. It's ready to go. It's taken a couple of years. As a matter of fact, our sales organization has been fairly critical in saying, can't you get this product to market? Because what we're showing is not too much tweaked from what we showed a year ago. But that year was extremely well invested time. The design hasn't changed much, but the value proposition has changed dramatically. In the past year, we've looked at every component and said, how can we maximize the value to the customer? But let me start by just pointing out some of the highlights. We could have a veneer desk here, but we're also showing you that you could have an O-base as part of the configuration of the desk. You could use back-painted glass on the top, on the front. In fact, these could be in any color that you choose. We have 8 standard colors, but we can certainly go beyond that. Look at the thin metal shelf. So many people come up and wonder how that shelf is suspended. It's sleek, it's so beautiful. And the sliding glass door and top in that L configuration. Another really interesting feature is that this is an 1.25 inch thick top, but it's chamfered down to a 1/2 inch edge with a bevel then on the drawers that mate with that edge. Many really distinctive features here. One other I'd like to point out, I won't show you right now, but we've come out with a new laminate offering, and on the healthcare side of our showroom, we show willow laminate. We asked our manufacturing plant to match willow laminate on walnut. I have to say that I told the designer that that wasn't realistic at all. It's fine to have painted colors in a laminate, but to expect to replicate that in veneer is not realistic at all, especially when you're looking at brown and gray in the same finish. How do you do that in a manufacturing facility on veneer, on real wood? In fact, the match is absolutely beautiful, and the end result is stunning on its own. So that really shows up the craftsmanship that Krug can bring to the equation. Now, I started off with value engineering. Probably the most important consideration after recognizing the beauty of the product and the ability of the product to catch the eye of the designer. The most important point beyond that is the value proposition. Krug has 9 case goods lines. Artemis, which many of you are familiar with, is our value line. It's our entry point. This is number 2. So starting from the bottom, this is the second lowest price point. It's priced only 8% above Artemis. Almost none of our sales organization can believe that we can provide it at that good a price. Before we leave this set, let me show you the Moby. So let's have a look at the Moby. The Moby comes with or without arms. It comes with an upholstered seat and back. It could be mesh. It could be poly. So lots of configurations. In the poly, we have 8 different colors, including for the arms. It stacks. It has a beautiful appearance with the waterfall seat, and I can't show you how comfortable it is, but in fact, it sits beautifully. Great support in the back and not biting into the legs at the front. The price point on this one, again, is really quite competitive, and we know it's going to be very well received in the marketplace. Avatar was introduced about a year ago. Avatar is a very simple line. It comes with and without arms. Here you see it with arms, of course, and then there are a few table configurations. It's a signature piece. There are lots of signature pieces available in the marketplace today. Again, what we bring to market is a beautiful product at an exceptional price point. I'll talk only very briefly about the Ando table because I expect people know it well. The Ando is at the high end of the Parsons category. It's 2.5 inches thick. It's a miter detail. It's a solid steel frame construction inside. It's extremely well crafted. Beautiful veneers, all rift cut or quarter cut veneers. We'll do it in specialty veneers. That's where we fit. When that's what your client wants, have a look at our price point and you'll be impressed. Accompanying this is the Manolo stool. The Manolo stool is available at bar height as you see here, but also at counter height. There's certainly situations where a designer wants to have both heights available, and this offering provides both. It can come with a back or without. It can come upholstered or in showroom. We'll move quickly past the Artemis because I believe you all know the Artemis product well. Here we're showing our enclosed adjustable base. Many companies offer adjustable bases. Few companies offer a well-executed enclosed base, and that's what we're showing here. Behind the Artemis is the Callisto. The Callisto brings incredible functionality. It has 4-way adjustment in the arm, forward and back, in and out, up and down, and optionally width adjustment. Here you see it mesh back, mesh seat. It can also be combinations, so mesh and upholstered or upholstered. The mechanism adjusts to your body weight, making it a perfect chair for a boardroom setting where no one is going to take the time to adjust the tension on the chair. Yet a person could have gotten up from this chair who weighed 275 pounds and was well supported, and I follow and sit in the chair and it's just fine for me. I mentioned the adjustable arm. We also have a beautiful fixed arm. The value proposition here, again, is outstanding. I'd like to briefly mention our tape bench. Tape bench is a crossover product. By that I mean it fits beautifully in commercial settings, but it could also move into an educational setting, a healthcare setting. As a matter of fact, we recently did a hospital with a beautiful 2 or 3 story atrium that went the length of the hospital, and there were 12 or 15 tape benches along the windows. A spectacular showing. The tape bench comes as a 2-seater or a 3-seater. It could come with an upholstered end, a couple of inches of show wood, or a table built into the end. Here you see our palette finish, but it could be veneer as well. Beautiful product, many applications. There's just one more setting I'd like to show, and that is the Zola Privacy in the mid-back height. So this is a little lower than the unit we looked at before, but here you see the banquette setting. A couple of features that we provide that are really important here. One is the clean out in the back, probably a little easier for you to see on this side. Given the healthcare heritage that we've had in our company, that's an automatic for us. Another feature that jumps out is the power, which you see at the end of the seat, or it could be on the face of the seat. Many people have said, why don't we see that more frequently? How often do we sit down and we want to be charging a phone or an iPad? And Krug has thought of that and built it in. Another important feature, you look at competitors in this category, and many can offer the banquette, but when you double up the backs again. Here, we bring our twin back into play, and you can see that we're saving the footprint, we're saving the fabric, we're saving on the price point. In our last brochure of Zola Privacy, we showed one setting of this. It's incredible the inspiration that one setting gave and the number of orders we've had for product in this category. Thanks for spending time looking at our showroom in 2017.